I'll hit record. Welcome to our Fierce Fit Call. Our topic's Fit Club tonight and how to host successful Fit Clubs. And I like this topic because this is how it started for me. I knew that if I was going to grow in my business that I had to have something free to invite people to. And it was really important for me for people to see me and to look in my eyes and realize I'm like a real person and not some, robot on Facebook. And I think that helped people in the beginning to see that I wasn't a robot on Facebook because I'd be posting pictures of my fit clubs and they're like, oh, people like her. She's real. So Kari's going to kick us off with that. But first, let's do just a couple of shout outs. I don't want to take too much time on announcements. We're in Cup Month. I hope that you have your game plan and you won't back down from that because it's really important to stick with it. But let's go into shout outs. Where is it? 1 second. There we go. We're having a strong month already. So here we go. Oh, it's loading. Oh, and it's not loading very well. It didn't load. Well, shoot. Okay, I'll do shout outs next week because it did not load. I'll double it up. But technical difficulties, but that's okay. So something I'm going to throw out to every single one of you that I posted in our Diamond group is that we go into qualification for the Star Diamond bonus, which is 2-star and above, on August 19th, and you hold it from August 19th through for 6 weeks, and then you'll get qualified for this quarterly bonus, right? So those of you that are close, push hard for it. If you're close to Diamond, push for your upline. I mean, do it. Diamond's not hard. It's all like a mental game. When you tell yourself it's hard, then it's hard. If you're talking to people and you're not, you say you're talking to people, but you're not having success, then you're not leading with the heart. You're trying to be scripted and salesy. Because you know what? You're really cool. And somebody wanted you on their team. Don't you agree? Like somebody recruited you and said, I see something special in you. I want to work with you. And so if somebody said that to you and they said, I want to work with you and have you be part of my family, my community, this thing I'm investing a lot of time and energy into, then you're very special and you have something to offer. And so if you're not growing your business, or if you're not hitting Success Club, or if you're not finding people to get onto your team, you're just not talking to the right people from your heart, right? There's amazing tools that Beachbody has that we can send them, like videos and scripts and things. But the only time that you get stuck on that is because you're trying to do it right instead of just being you. There is no right. I think you'll all agree. So people, go for it. I mean, comment below. You can hit Diamond in 2 weeks. I've seen people hit it so fast. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Jimmy Hayes Nielsen did a video. You guys saw that, right? Hit it in a week. What if your life depended on it? You would totally hit it in a week. Okay. The second one, if that's not your goal for right now, I want everyone, if you're investing in your business and you're on this call right now, I want you to write this down. You want to get to the New Leadership Conference. That's in January. So you would need to be in 2-star qualification November 26th. And that means you're a diamond, plus you have a diamond on the right, a diamond on the left, and you have 12 additional coaches, okay? You could do that. Make it your goal to recruit 2 a week and inspire them to do the exact same thing. And you all could do that. That'll be a life-changing conference for you because that one's geared for the 2 to 5 stars. Brand new leaders. You learn exactly how you need to lead in order to have a strong, sturdy, successful 6-figure business that will grow into $1 million business. That should be, and no matter what goal, if you're on this call, if you're super, super, super new and you're like, no, thank you, I'm just not going to go for that. No pressure. I just want you to know you can do that. All right. And then that'll put you also in qualification on November 26th to earn that quarterly bonus. And that one would cover your travel. Because it's like, usually the quarterly bonus for 2 stars is about $1,000, like anywhere from 800 to 1,000, depending on how many there are. And then just hear me out real quick, and then I'll move on. So I want you to start dreaming way bigger than you are. So 5-star bonus is usually around 3,500. It was 2,700 last time. Plus you get the 2-star bonus. So it was like 3,600 or something like that. Can't remember. 10-star bonus, you get the 2-star bonus, the 5-star bonus, and the 10-star. Theirs was like $1,300 total, or excuse me, $13,000 total. And then 15-star bonus is about $40,000, and that's every quarter. So you guys are probably on here going, I don't know. Yes, put that down. When is that going to happen for you? And then talk to your upline to make a plan and make it happen. Because you're doing well in this business. It's not about the money, but it can be. Because when you have, let's say you got a $40,000 bonus, you could give that to charity if you don't need it. You guys are good. You don't have any debt. You don't have kids going to college. You're perfect, right? No, that's why you're here. But think of how much you could give back if you were that cushy with your finances. So it doesn't have to be a negative thing that you're money driven, but it's good to dream big and map out when do you want to move to those levels. And that's how you know you're a successful leader, because you're helping that many people to rise up to diamond level and above. Okay? So, all right, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you, Kinsey. I know that I kind of gave a little intro in our Fierce It group. We're going to start doing Diamond of the Week. I want you to know your leaders because they're amazing and they work hard, and they're all a bunch of rivers sharing their ideas. But Carrie is a mom to 3 little toddler boys, and we met when her husband was stationed in Hawaii. She's married to Kirk. He's a great guy. She's very, very, very involved in her church community. She's a home ec teacher / turbo kick instructor. That was my visiting teacher. She would come over and whatever. I'm like, what? I can't believe you do all this stuff. You're not a coach. But anyway, so then eventually she wanted some Shakeology samples and decided to join up for the discount. I'll let her share the rest with you. But Carrie just has a heart of gold, and everybody that meets Carrie says the same thing. She's an amazing teacher because she's very down to earth and knows how to break down food and processes and make it so easy to follow, like elementary for us that don't know anything. And she's just so relatable. But then on the other side of that, she has this fire inside of her, and she knows how to bring out the best in everyone around them, and she makes them feel like they're the most important person in the world. And Carrie's just a wonderful person. Anyway, we're lucky to have her on our team, and she shines so bright. So, Carrie, if you want to take over, I'm going to mute.
That's so nice, Emma. Thank you so much. That's all a bunch of lies. But no, I'm just.
She paid me a lot of money to say that.
I did a lot. So yeah, just a little bit. I know you guys kind of already heard my story, and Emma's kind of already shared a bit. So we met, like she said, in Hawaii, and I think I was one of the very first coaches, and I didn't even know what that meant to be a coach. I just knew I was military, and so we could get a 25% discount, and I liked the Shakeology stuff, and so I told Emma yes, but I told her, like, I do not sell stuff. Like, don't even talk to me about that. And so even a couple times, I even went completely inactive. I canceled my Shakeology, and Emma would tell me, like, do you know you're going inactive? And I'd say, I really don't care about that, Emma. Sorry, like, I don't care. So anyways, I watched Emma and Amy. They were both some of my good friends, and I watched them for like a year and a half. And after I had my second baby, I joined a challenge group with Amy. And that's when I kind of was like, oh, coaches actually help people, and they don't just sell stuff. I like helping people. So that's kind of where my journey began. I began as a hobby coach, and then kind of jumped in 2014 as kind of like a full-time coach. So that's just a little bit of my story. So Emma wanted me to start off just a little bit, since I am the Diamond of the Week, a little bit about my biggest mistake, I guess, as a coach, and kind of how I've overcome that. And that's going to lead into the topic that I'm going to discuss tonight. And Emma kind of actually already hit on this. And I think when I was a brand new coach, probably the biggest mistake I made is just, putting it in a couple different ways, but just being really scared of failing, and scared I wasn't doing it right, kind of like what Emma said. I was scared that I was going to mess up, or I was scared that I would come across a certain way, and I was, I guess, just scared of like being myself. I don't know if scared is the right word, but I basically spent a lot of time as a new coach watching other coaches and letting that determine how I posted, how I presented myself. And it wasn't until I finally, I unfollowed all the top coaches. I unfollowed them all, and I just stopped dwelling on them, and I just started being true to myself and who I am and what I'm passionate about. And that is when I have taken off more as a coach, is when I've stopped. I don't even friend other coaches anymore, because I just want to be true to myself, and I never want to compare myself to other people. And so I think that was the biggest mistake I made as a new coach, is I thought I had to do it a certain way in order to be successful, when you don't. Like Emma said, there's no right way. You are the right way. And she kind of hit on that in the National Wake Up Call this week on you are your product and what you have. And so I just wanted to kind of start off with that. And that's going to lead to my Fit Club. That was something I was so scared to start, because I thought it had to be perfect. I thought it had to be a certain way, when really it doesn't. You just kind of have to jump in and figure things out, and not let perfection stop you from good enough. Sometimes good enough is okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And that's what I'm learning as I now have 3 little kids and I am a major perfectionist. I just have to just not worry about being perfect anymore. And that's okay. That is totally fine. So I'm going to jump into, oops, sorry, you guys. I got to do screen share before I try to show you this. Okay, so Fit Club 101. We're just going to kind of go over the basics. And now I will say I'm definitely not an expert on this topic, but I have had a lot of you reach out and ask me questions, which is why I kind of decided to talk about this topic. And this is one of those things, when you look at it from the outside, you're going to think it has to be perfect and it's scary and intimidating, when really it's totally not. So that's kind of, we're going to go over like the whole who, what, where, when, why of Fit Club. So by the end, you will go and start one. So like Emma mentioned, it all started in Hawaii. You could see this was the original group of us. Emma started Fit Club. We would meet at our church gym. And as you can see now, pretty much all these people in this picture are now coaches on our team, diamond coaches and above. So Emma got us there by hosting Fit Club. So definitely I believe in the power of Fit Club. Okay, so why have Fit Club? Just to kind of start off, expanding your market. So one of the things we're supposed to do every week is add new friends on Facebook, right? You cannot just have your same little 500 people that you're talking to. You have to reach out and meet new people. So Fit Clubs is such an easy way to do this. People can sample the programs before purchasing. I know there was a topic the other day about should I loan my programs out to people? Yes or no? Well, Fit Club is a great way that people could sample the programs before they buy them, and you don't have to loan yours out. And then they fall in love with those programs and Team Beachbody. So when they see those programs, I've had this happen a lot, where they come and they see it, like a program they've never done or heard of before, like Combat or T25, and they want more of it, and they want to go home and do it every day, and not just the once a week that we meet. And then also falling in love with Team Beachbody, I think is a big thing. You guys know being a part of Beachbody is so exciting. There's so much energy and people are positive. And I think that kind of shows that. It gives them a little bit of taste of that by coming to your Fit Club, when they're greeted with a smile and they have the energy of working out with people who have that like mind of being healthy. And so it kind of gives them the taste into what Team Beachbody is all about. And then, as Emma already mentioned, being able to meet you face to face. Sometimes it's hard to tell how a person really is through typing, but when they meet you face to face, they, like she said, they can see like, oh, she is normal. Well, I don't know if they think I'm normal, but she's like a real person and she's nice or whatever it is. So since you are your product, I think it's really important when people can actually meet you face to face and have that interaction. And then Emma also mentioned this, is you always have something to invite people to. Everyone I meet, I invite them to my Fit Club. If I meet them at a park or I meet them at church, it's just a really non-intimidating thing to be like, hey, I don't know if you like to work out, but it's super fun. Once a week, I just have a group of people come over and the kids go wild and crazy and we just all work out. And I always have something to invite people to. And then also I put on here, you find your peeps. You find those people who have those same, they want to get healthy, they like people. You know, those are people who potentially will make great coaches. They're people who like to get out and get involved and become healthier. So those are the people I want on my team, right? And you guys do too. So that kind of, I think, helps you find your peeps. And then just the last thing of why having Fit Club, it really does give you credibility and confidence. But just that credibility, like Emma said, you know, when you post the pictures on your Facebook wall and you're showing that people are coming to work out with you, all your other friends see like, oh, she's actually like a real fitness person. Like she's hosting fit clubs, you know, they think it's like, wow, she's legit, right? And then also it just gives you that confidence as a coach when you are interacting with people and they can kind of see you in that leadership role and confide in you as their coach and their leader. And that kind of, you know, that just boosts you up and that confidence radiates and attracts even more people to you. So why have Fit Club? Are you convinced you need to have it? Okay, I know a big problem with Fit Clubs that people always have is where to hold it. There's a lot of different options. Find something free or at least something affordable. Churches, I know that's where Emma started hers, is at a church. I've done it at a church before. I know a couple of you I think have. I know Catholic churches often have a big focus on like health. They have some, I think Jenny has done something like that, but churches are often a free location that have like a gym or some big open space. Your house or your garage, that's where I'm doing my Fit Club right now. I do it in my garage and the girls totally don't care. It's like I said, it does not have to be perfect. I think kind of adds to the whole, like, you know, just who I am as a person. My life is crazy and busy, but that's okay. We work out in my garage and it works and I can still run a successful business and so can you, right? Dance studios, I've done it in dance studios before. Actually, when I was home visiting my family in Arizona before we moved here, I had like 2 months that I was there and I called the local dance studio and I said, hey, can I have my Fit Club there? And so that's where I held it for 2 months and had people come do it there. Karate studios will often have big spaces. Gyms, park. I have done Fit Club at a park before. Just there on the basketball court, we did Fit Club. And then also community centers will oftentimes have like big open rooms. So when it comes to location, when you're asking people for, like, for example, say you want to use somebody's dance studio, a big selling point you could tell these people is, I'm offering this free to the community and I can get 30 people in your door every week. You know, that's free advertisement for that dance studio or for that karate studio. If you tell them like, you know, give me a couple months, I know I could get people in your studio. They could, that's free, like marketing for your company is just lend me your space, you know, pay whatever, $15 an hour, and I can get people in your doors. And so I think that's kind of a way to present that. Or when I've talked to people from my church about it, I talk about, you know, it's just something free I want to offer moms. It's hard for moms to get to the gym. It's hard for moms to be able to afford it. And I want to do that free service to help moms to have something where they can connect and they can feel good. And I don't know, I mean, that's always worked for me when I just say like, I just want to have something for moms to come and be a part of and be uplifted and get healthy. Okay, so those are some options. How to advertise. Oopsies. So obviously you have to get people to Fit Club once you find your location. Facebook, obviously. Doing like a post on Facebook saying if I decided to do a workout group, who would come, you know, whatever. Share with your friends, tag people, whatever it is. Local mommy Facebook groups. This is one I actually just did. And it was a for sale, like, you know how every town has those like for sale groups, yard sale groups. This was one of the yard sale groups. And I just said, I want to invite you all to Fit Club tomorrow. Fit Club is just a fancy name for a group of moms who work out together. Smiley face. It's free. It's fun. Kids are welcome. I'm still new to the area and love meeting other like-minded mommies. Link link for the group is in the comments if you want the details. So I just did that, and off that post I had 100 people, literally 100 people join my group, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. So that was, I found a great way to advertise, and I'm going to do that every couple of weeks, just in the yard sale groups, or there's one like a Cleveland Mommies group. There's always groups in your area with local people. Get in one of those groups, Craigslist, whatever. Okay, yeah. Okay, then the next one, play dates. Obviously, when you actually meet people, invite them to your fit club. And that's something I'll do is when I meet the people on my play date, I'll invite them to the fit club, and then I will, once I get home on Facebook, I'll send them the link to the group so that they can actually join it. Flyers, I know Jen Bottom talked about this, that she recently did, and I'll let her share about this on the end if she wants to, but she made flyers on Vistaprint and just advertising for her fit club. And she went around and took them to all the neighbors. And I have done that before too when I was living in Hawaii. I made little flyers, nothing fancy. It was literally computer paper with like, I don't even remember what it said. And I went door to door, and I told all my neighbors, and I smiled at them, and I handed them the paper, and I said, hey, I'm doing an exercise class, you should come. And guess what? They came, because they now had a face to who was giving them this little piece of paper. And it was so scary, and I was shaking when I was knocking on people's doors. But you know, that's what makes us better, is when we get out of our comfort zone and we do those things that are scary. We're never going to improve if we don't push ourselves out of our comfort zone, right? And then another way to advertise is just encourage your guests to bring friends. Tell them to always bring people with them. And I've had that good success with that also, is people, you know, bring their friends and then bring their friends. Okay, so then what I have started doing is I created a private Facebook group, and I just called it West Cleveland Fit Club. And this is what I add all the people to who express interest, or all the people who I invite to. I'll add them as a friend on Facebook, and then immediately I will send them the information to this group so that they could join. And then this takes a lot of time, but this really helps, is the day before Fit Club, or a couple of days before, I'll personally message people. And I don't do, like, you can see in the group, I have like 135 members. So I don't personally message every single one of them every single week, but I'll personally message at least like 10 to 15 of them. And I'll be like, you know, just say something like, hey, I'm so excited you're interested in Fit Club. Do you think you can make it tomorrow? We're going to do this workout. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then I'll obviously start a personal conversation like, oh, I love the picture you posted of your daughter. It's so cute. Or whatever. And then after they actually come, I'll send them that message and say, thank you so much for coming to Fit Club. And then just have that follow up with them. So before, I message them before, and I'll also message them after. And I think it really helps to have this private Facebook group, because it's a place that I created. And so I can write whatever I want in there, right? I know we've all been a part of like groups where you try to advertise for your clean eating groups, or you try to advertise for your challenge groups, and you get like kicked out or you get called out by administration because it's illegal to do that stuff in most of these groups. But guess what? When you create the group, you can post whatever you want. So I can invite all these people to my clean eating groups, and they're all people who are already interested in fitness. So they join. Okay, so even if these people never show up to Fit Club, 135 of them, they're not gonna all show up to Fit Club. But these are people that that's 135 new friends I've made on Facebook. I friended them. That's 135 people who are interested in fitness and getting healthier that I could start those conversations with, of saying, what are your goals? What interested you in Fit Club? Let's talk. These are 135 people I can invite to my clean eating groups and to my challenge groups, and no one's going to kick me out of the group because I made it. Okay, so I definitely recommend starting a group for your Fit Club, and then people can search it. So I did the name West Cleveland. So when people type in West Cleveland, that's going to be one of the groups that pop up, and they can request to join. And I have a couple new requests every week from people who I don't know how they found it, but they find it somehow. So it's good. Okay, so now you've invited people. What do you need? You have your location, equipment needed. Seriously, so simple. You need a TV that plays a DVD player, or we've done before, a laptop with like a projector, and you can project it on a screen or on a blank wall. But honestly, you can just have your laptop. What I'm doing right now is I have my laptop and I have my DVD and I stick it in, and it's a little screen, but I get in the front and they follow me, and it totally works. Now, it is smart also. You can have a laptop there so you could show them Beachbody on demand. You could show them like, check this out, you guys. You guys could go home, and for the next week, when we don't have Fit Club, you can do this on your own. And this is how you access Beachbody on demand. This is how you create your free account. Okay, so when you actually have your laptop there, you can walk them through this whole process and show them. And then, like I already said, a projector and screen would be awesome if you could do that in like a big location, have it projected, and that makes it really fun. But it's totally not necessary. You don't have to go and spend a lot of money on this stuff if you don't want to. I do put speakers into my laptop just to at least make it really loud. So even if they can't maybe see perfectly, they can hear, and the music's going, and it has that high energy, right? And then also something you do need when you run a Fit Club is waivers and sign-in sheets. And these are provided by Beachbody, and I'll show you in just a second where those are located. Just to make sure that nobody is like suing us or anything like that. We're not liable for anything. So we have everyone sign a waiver who comes in. And then also Shakeology and pamphlets. It was funny last week. I had all my Shakeology samples out because I was sending them to people. And two of my little boys, they run in the house and they come out with my Shakeology, and they're handing them out to all the people at Fit Club, and they're saying, you need to drink Shakeology. Like, I didn't tell them to do that, but they were like, this is really healthy, and you need to go home and drink it after your workout. And so they're handing out Shakeology to everyone. So, and then I gave them pamphlets to go along with it. Now, I have done it before where you actually make them Shakeology afterwards, but obviously you could give out the pamphlets too. And something that's great with the Beachbody videos is I always let them keep running after we finish. So it shows Shakeology. They already have heard about it because every week they see these, previews on the workout we just finished. I don't even have to go and sell it, right? Because they're watching it there. And then optional, you could have prizes. You could have, anybody who brings a friend, I'm going to give a protein bar, or I'm going to give some E&E or whatever it is. It's always fun to just make things a little fun by saying, okay, so tomorrow, whoever can bring the most friends, or tomorrow, whoever shows up the earliest, or whatever, whoever can hold the plank the longest, just make it fun. Okay, you got them there, now what? So everyone shows up, you have your equipment, everything's ready. So you want to make sure you're welcoming everyone, that you have a big smile on your face, that you're friendly, that you go up and you shake their hand. I'm a hugger, so I go up and I hug them and I say, thank you for coming. I have to have you fill out this waiver. And so the waiver is found in your Coach Online office. It's a little bit tricky to find, so write this down. You go to News and Training, and then you go to Meeting Resource Center. And it has a waiver all ready for you. You just print it out, and all they have to do is sign their name. And I just tell them, I'm a coach for Beachbody, and so I just need you to fill this out so you don't sue me if you get hurt, since we are doing a Beachbody workout and you're doing it with me. And they always just laugh and say, okay, sure. So, and then I do make sure you introduce yourself and introduce Team Beachbody. Don't be afraid to say, I am a coach. I am a fitness coach for Beachbody. And Beachbody is an amazing company with awesome workout programs that we can do at home. And I've been a coach for this long, and make sure to introduce yourself and also introduce Beachbody so they know you're a coach. So when they fall in love with the products, they know they can buy them from you, right? Now, there is a video also that Beachbody provides. I have never showed the video. I don't know, it's just not really my style, but there is a video that kind of goes into the coaching opportunity and stuff like that. So that is optional, and that you'll also find in your Coach Online office. You could find that video if you want to show it and make it like super official. And then you do want to, I always introduce the workout. So I'll tell them, okay, so the workout we're doing today is called 21 Day Fix, and there's a couple of tricky moves. So, or for example, like things that are fast paced, like Turbo Fire, I'll kind of demonstrate a few of the moves that are a little bit tricky, or the sequences, just so people don't feel completely lost. And you don't have to do that. That's just, I want my people to feel comfortable. So I always at least introduce the workout, and then I will demonstrate moves if there's anything tricky. And then this is just a side note, is if you are having moms come during the day, then make sure you let moms know the options for their kids, because that keeps a lot of moms from coming if they have a bunch of kids with them. And so something that we've done in the past, and we did this with Emma, started this, is just a rotating daycare. So every week a different mom will watch the kids, and it just rotates every week. Or I've even just paid a teenager to come to my, to come and watch the kids for 1 hour, and every mom will pay him like $1 and I'll pay him like $5 or something, So make sure you do have options for the kids if you're doing it during the day and you're doing it for moms, so that moms know that they are allowed to come and that their kids are, it's fine for the kids to come. The next step is you work out. After you've done all this other stuff, you work out. You want to keep the energy high. Now, obviously, you're not a personal trainer, so you don't have to pretend to be like, keep your form and you don't have to do all that stuff. But I think it is important to keep the energy high. So I'll be like, come on, guys, and I'll yell and I'll be obnoxious and I'll whatever. Not really. Well, maybe it is obnoxious. I don't know. I think it's just we're just having fun. But so keeping that energy high, being positive, encouraging. So I'll always tell them, "Oh, you're doing so awesome," or "Yeah, we're so cool." Just really being encouraging. And then I will show modifications, since a lot of the people who come are a lot of times moms recently had babies. I'll show different things, and they show them in the Beachbody videos. So it's not like you have to make up your own thing, but I'll make sure to point out in the video, okay, she's doing the modifications, and then I'll show them also what it is. And I think this is a huge one, is take pictures while you're working out. And I take a picture every single week. Even if it's one person came, I take a picture and I post on Facebook and I tag that person so all their friends can see it. And I say, we have Fit Club and we're awesome and this is so much fun and everyone should come, right? So every single week I post that picture. I post it in my my group page, my Fit Club page, and then I post it also on my Facebook wall. And like I said, I tag all those people so their friends could also see it. And I've had a lot of people, they'll see this and they'll send me a message and be like, hey, what is this Fit Club thing you do? Am I allowed to come? Yes, you are. Okay, so take pictures and post them on Facebook and tag those people. That is such great advertising right there. Especially, when you can show you're laughing and having fun and you have your kids with you and people can see, oh, this is just a bunch of moms and they look really nice and fun. It's totally not intimidating, right? Okay, so just a couple tips. Pick a consistent day, time, and location. So don't, say, so this week we're going to work out on Monday and we're going to work out at the playground. And, next week we're going to work out at the soccer field on Tuesday. Pick a consistent day and time and location and keep it the same. Okay, so we work out Thursdays at 9 a.m. in my garage. And once winter hits, I've already found a location and we're going to work out at a different location. And we're going to keep things consistent so people know they can put it in their calendar. And that's what I tell everyone. Set your alarm for Wednesday night so you remember Fit Clubs in the morning. And that way I'm not changing it on them last minute. Also, a tip is to use cardio-based programs that don't require a lot of equipment. Okay, it's going to not be very effective if you try to do P90X3 and you're supposed to be doing pull-ups and no one can do pull-ups because you're at the church and there's no pull-up bars, right? So make sure you're doing cardio-based programs that don't require a bunch of equipment. I will sometimes do like ones that require dumbbells because I have a bunch of extra resistance bands, and so I'll pass out resistance bands to everyone or tell everyone to bring a pair. Offer a different workout program every week. That way people can get a little taste sampler of everything that we offer. I know some coaches do like the same program for the entire month, so people can do it every day for a month, and then if they want to purchase it, then they can. I like to do something different every time. Now, if you are certified, a certified instructor, you can teach it live, and this is a great way to practice on free guinea pigs. Okay, so you can teach it live, but you do have to be certified, and I think that it would be a really fun thing to do at Fit Club, and I know a couple of people here have done that. And then I know I know some coaches do this. I personally don't, but have people sign up for a free Team Beachbody account before they ever come. That's something you could say, okay, if you want to come to Fit Club, go ahead and go to this website and click where it says join and create a free account. And that way I have access to you and your information. So that's an idea. Like I said, I've never done that, but I think that is a great idea and something that I could see myself implementing, and I might actually start doing that. And that way, you just make sure people don't already have, and that's fine if they already have coaches that they're working with. Like I still would say come, but that way you know who does and who doesn't. Keep the workouts under 1 hour. I usually do 30 minutes to 45 minutes just because my target group is a bunch of moms who have kids. And so we go hard for 30 minutes. And then if they want to stay around and chat, they can. But they don't, they know it's not going to be 2 hours long if they come, and then they don't want to come because they don't have 2 hours to spend, right? You can, like I already said, offer something afterwards. Shakeology, results in recovery, or the new performance line, the Recover formula. And it's best if you can make it for them. That way, they know it tastes. It tastes good. And then choose your target audience and make it convenient for them to come. So if your target audience is stay-at-home moms, then make sure you're doing something to provide something for their kids, so it's convenient for them to come. If your target audience is those stay-at-home moms, you probably don't want to do it at during bedtime at 7 o'clock at night or something like that. You want to do it so the most people who your target audience is can come. And then, of course, make it fun. The more fun you have, the more likely people are going to want to come and come back and invite their friends and sign up with you as your coach and as your team, on your team. So that was really all. I know that there are some awesome coaches on this team, like Jen Bottom and Jen Herbert, Emma. I know there's more people who have run successful fit clubs, and I would love to hear any input from you ladies if you have anything you want to add about why you love Fit Club or any other tips that you have about it. Anyone who have questions?
Do you want to stop the screen share so that way then we can see everybody? All right, cool. Yeah, no, in Hawaii, it was awesome because it was such a great way to get to know people. And how I asked about it was, like I said, I just know that there's a lot of people that are trying to live a healthy lifestyle, and this is a great way to fellowship and to bring a positive new group of people into our church. We can all help each other. And they were like, okay, and super on board with it. And then when I've moved around and I've had a little bit of a few hiccups. So I will say this, that depending on your location where you're at, some people will be, they'll have specific rules. You can't do a Beachbody presentation. You can't make Shakeology there, like just because of their guidelines. And then other people will be like, whatever you want to do is totally fine. So I think the most important thing is that your goal and your intention with Fit Club is to build relationships and to make like-minded friends. It's not to sell a challenge pack there. And if anybody, if you're going to go into the invite process, I always say, let me call you later and I'll follow up so we can give your one-on-one attention. I'm sure you don't want to talk about all your goals in front of everybody, right? Because I would have people come up and say, hey, Emma, what should I do, blah, blah, blah. And then there's like 20 other people there. And I knew they weren't going to get to the heart of the problem in front of other people. And sorry, I'm kind of talking a lot. And then the last thing would be, if there's another coach in the area, or not even a coach, like just a friend of yours that would want to do it with you, it's really good to have two people to share the load. Because if your kids get sick, if you get sick or whatever, and you have a group of people coming and they want to continue on with this, you want to be able to have somebody else fill in for you, or if you go on vacation. And plus, it makes it more fun. Like when I started, it was Amy and I that started it, and Amy would show modifications. I would be up in the front, like doing my jumping jacks, all crazy. And some people connected with Amy and loved that even people I was working with connected with Amy and they loved her. But some of Amy's friends connected with me, and it just gave different perspective that like you don't have to be a certain person. You know, there's a wide variety of people. So if you could team up with more people, then it's fun. But the important thing is that you just go into it with it being a fun experience for everyone. And how you make it fun is you just be you. like you're hanging out with your friends. So if you're not a person that's like, work it, girl, drop it like it's hot, don't do that at Fit Club. Say the things that you would say. And the last tip I would give is I gave gifts for consistency. If they showed up 4 days in a row, like all of a month or 4 times in a row, they got a prize from me. And I brought in my swag bag of crap I bought at Target or Shaco packets. And they would get so excited for a little Shaco packet and a protein bar, like P90X bars or whatever. And like, oh, and one time I bought on Amazon.com for $1 the terry cloth sweatbands. Do you remember that, Carrie? And we all, if you came 4 times in a row, you got one of those sweatbands, and those things are ugly, and they were only $1, but everybody was so proud to wear their terry cloth sweatband to Fit Club, and they would rock those things on Facebook. So, I mean, non-coaches, people that were just like, I'm part of the Kailua Fit Club, this is awesome. So, anyway, but Carrie, I think you did a great job with sharing. If anyone else has comments, then
thank you.
I'm excited to start it again.
I just want to reiterate exactly what you said. Like, a lot of the videos you'll find from Beachbody about Fit Club are very formal. Like, show this presentation and give the coaching, have them sit down afterwards and give them the coach presentation. And when I saw that, it was like, I can't do that. And you don't have to do that. And that's kind of what I started off with, is like, that kept me from doing this for a long time because I thought that was the right way. And I had to do it that way. And you don't. You just be yourself. And like Emma said, just it's all about people. I have never sold anything at Fit Club, but it gives me that relationship with people. And that's what we are, is we are a business of relationships. And the stronger you can build those relationships, the more successful you'll be. And the more, and I've had, every time I have Fit Club, people always are like, thank you so much for doing this. You know, and it's something that you really are offering a service to people and helping them. And the more you give, the more you receive, honestly. And so, yeah, definitely, like you said, Emma, it's all about just relationships. And it's never like, okay, you want to buy a challenge pack? You know, I never do that with people. It's just come and have fun and get to know each other. Yeah.
Right. And a good thing, yeah, just use a transitional statement that says, I would love to follow up with you in a little bit. I'm sure you want to get home and get showered. And so what time of day is best for you? I like to talk after the kids are in bed because then it's quiet in my house. And they say, that works for me. Perfect. I'll call you then. And, or I'll send you a message on Facebook. I think you'd really be into blah, blah, blah. Let me drop a video in your message feed. And yes, the formal video thing. I just think about the parties I've been invited to, and they promised me like, you know, prizes or free food or whatever. And then they sat me down and I watched a 30-minute presentation about things and I felt duped. And then it made me feel icky. Like, I can't trust you. You're just out to get me. And so that's why I always took that out of the equation, because if you see somebody has potential to be an amazing coach on your team, you can personally message them, or you can call them on the phone and say, oh my gosh, I loved your energy today. You could totally do this. You're the one that elevated this experience for everyone in the group. Do you understand that? Like, that was you. That wasn't me. You'd be an amazing coach. Have you ever thought of that? And they were like, really? Thank you. No, I couldn't do that. I don't know. I'm like, you saw me in my jammies today. You could do what I do. And that's when they were like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So yeah, it's all about just starting it, because then people get to know who you are and just treat them like that you would want to be treated if you were invited over to their house. And make sure that no matter if you have one person there or 30 there, that they each feel important, and you don't start 20 minutes late because 5 people messaged me and they're all late. No, you start on time. You be respectful of the person that is there. And you're like, I'm so glad you came. Not, oh, Janet and Jane are supposed to be here in 20 minutes, but they're late. I guess we'll wait for them. Nope. You don't do that. You be professional. You start on time. And you are thankful for the person that's present. And if nobody shows up for your first Fit Club, like that happened with my first several, no one showed up, but I kept posting about it on Facebook and asking my friends. And eventually I did. It was me and 2 girls in the garage, and that went on for about 6 weeks. And finally we moved it to the church. And sometimes I would have literally one person. Sometimes we'd have like 35 to 40. And I never knew who was going to be there. But every time I made sure that whoever came, we went all out, and we had so much fun laughing. And I would make fun of myself. Like, oh, this hurts. I'm so not flexible. Crap. And anyway, so yeah, Fit Club's amazing. I love it. But thank you, Carrie, for what you shared. Is there any questions that people have? Oh, okay, so Jamie, good question. As far as like how do you get access to the church, I would start with the Relief Society president. That's who I always start with. And I ask them or the bishop when you're in an interview with the bishop to say, hey, I have this service I'd love to offer, and here's what my intentions are. My intentions are just to have a good time and to fellowship through fitness. And then see what they say. My bishop had a very strict policy. You're not allowed to sell anything. You can bring samples, but you're not allowed to say you can buy these on my site. There's certain verbiage I couldn't use because it was at the church. And then other churches didn't care. Some had rules that I could only invite the women. Some didn't. They didn't care if we invited Relief Society and the priesthood. So just ask your local leaders and see what they think. So the best way to ask them though, because honestly they get a million emails and things a day. They get so much stuff, and you are lower on the priority than somebody that like is in the hospital. So the best time is if you could schedule a quick interview. Like, I just need to, like, can I just talk to you really quick? I have something I wanted to offer. Or what I did was I offered to do a workout for Relief Society first. And I did it for I spoke about healthy eating and things like that and passed out some things. And then I said, let's do a quick workout. And so we just did like some stretching. I think it was Turbo Fire Stretch 10. So, yeah, Fit Club's super easy. I'm just going through these and see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, and then you could bring up like, hey, did you guys see that recipe today on my site? Are you members of the site yet? It's free. Oh, it was so good. You guys got to try it. And they're like, oh no, I didn't see it. So then they'd want to go look. So, oh yeah. I'm so excited to make this happen too. I forgot how much I love Fit Club. That's where I really made my connections in Hawaii, my sisterhood in Hawaii. Like Sarah Beth, she joined our team not too long ago, but all started in Fit Club in Hawaii, and Carrie and Amy and so many people on the team, Angela. So it was all good. So yeah, and I've been worked out in my my garage in Monterey, and we were all like kicking each other, and it was fun, but whatever. So okay, so the new coaches that wanted to hang on for tonight, please stay on the call.